Hey folks, and welcome back to another video. We're gonna make some Indian food today. Let's get into it. So on the menu we've got some chicken tikka masala, palak paneer, and white rice and garlic naan. I don't show you the white rice in this video because I literally just put it in the pressure cooker and cooked it. But here I'm just prepping the kitchen. Lord, y'all, I can't do a voiceover because I'll be making so many mistakes. But anyways, I'm just cutting up the chicken because I want it to get seasoned and let all of those flavors kind of meld together before cooking it. So I cut it up. Actually, first I washed it. Wash your meat. I washed it, seasoned it with garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper, paprika, some cumin, and some garam masala. Mixed it all together, and then I stuck it into the fridge for pretty much until I was ready to cook it. So while the chicken is in the fridge doing its thing, let's start on the garlic naan. So the ingredients are flour, water, yeast, salt, sugar, oil, and baking powder. So essentially you want the yeast and the sugar to bloom, whatever it's called, I don't know. But you basically put the yeast, the water, and the sugar together, let it kind of foam up as I'm showing you here. And then once that's kind of been sitting for a couple of minutes, you then want to add the rest of your ingredients. So your flour, the salt, the baking powder, and the oil. Then once you kind of have all of those mixed together, you'll eventually want to transfer this onto the counter that's been floured. And this is a great time to take out any suppressed anger, any issues or depression, or any sort of anger that you're harboring. Use it in kneading your naan bread. You want it to be kind of smooth once you're done, but I've never gotten dough to be smooth, to be honest, and my naan bread always comes out pretty well. So, and it's husband approved. He likes it better than the store-bought stuff, so I think I'm doing all right. So I finished kneading the dough, and once I'm done that, I'm gonna put it back into the bowl that I had actually mixed the ingredients in with, and drizzle some olive oil in there, swirl the ball of dough around in there a little bit just to kind of cover it so that when it expands a little bit, it won't stick to the sides of the bowl. And then I'll stick that into the oven and turn on the oven light. Don't turn on the oven, just turn on the oven light just to kind of add a little bit more warmth in there so the dough can kind of rise and rest and do its thing until we're ready to cook it later on. So in the meantime, I just cleaned up because when I cook, I typically cook things from scratch, so I make a huge mess. And on this particular day, I actually bought a couple of groceries, so the kitchen just needed to be cleaned up a little bit, so I cleaned up the kitchen. So after I was done kind of cleaning up a little bit and, freeing up some space for myself, I then moved on to the palak paneer. So I got this paneer, which is from Sach, I believe. I just got it from the grocery store. And here are the ingredients for the palak paneer. So there's cumin, there's garam masala, there's tomato paste, there's minced garlic and minced ginger, there's chili powder, turmeric, I believe, garlic powder, onion powder, like a bunch of different spices, milk, you can see onions. The recipe called for white onions, but all I had at the time were red, a little bit of yogurt, and then of course the main ingredient, spinach. So we want to boil a pot of water and blanch our spinach, which basically means stick the spinach into a pot of boiling water for a couple of minutes. And then I don't show this on camera because who wants to watch someone blend food for forever and a day? But basically once the spinach has kind of wilted down, you want to pop that into the food processor and, turn it into a paste. Then I cut up the paneer, which is the cheese. I cut up some cilantro and green onion. You can see this is what the spinach looks like after coming out of the food processor. Then we need to start our palak paneer. So you put some oil into the pan, put your cumin in there and kind of let that cook for a little bit. My one mistake here was that I used too much oil because I didn't use as much onion as the recipe called for. But then I stuck my onions in there. I put my spinach in there, kind of let that cook, including the tomato paste. After that's been kind of cooking for a little bit, add the milk, and then just let that kind of cook for a little bit, let the flavors kind of meld together and cook for a little bit. Then while that was cooking, I also kind of pan-seared some of the paneer, which was so good. Oh my gosh. I feel like in this shot, it looks so professional. It just looks so good. And let me tell you guys, it was very good. Even my boo liked it. So I didn't really show you guys me cooking the chicken because I didn't feel like it. And to be honest, at this point, I was done. But basically, I just cooked the chicken, just sauteed it, and then I used a jar of tikka masala sauce and let it kind of simmer for a little bit. Once that was kind of done, I moved on to the naan, and this was just kind of the final product. I'll link all the recipes and everything that I used below. They're very easy recipes to follow. So if you like this type of video, make sure that you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!